Good. Alright. Let's get some weapons. Lament. Arbalest for the very end. SMG. Girad's sword. And a linear with frenzy. There we go. Now, loadout wise, I'm gonna go with classy, although classy you may not use it future seasons. What you should use if you don't plan to use classy restoration is the healing grenade as much as you can, along with Ember of Empyrean. That will allow you to chain as much as possible the restoration effect you get from it, which is much more effective than if you would use like Wall of Life or any other mod. Ember of Singeing to decrease your dodge cooldown whenever you scorch enemies, especially with the explosive knife. Ember of Torches, Ember of Solace will increase the restoration buff for both Radiant and Restoration and Radiant. And lastly, although you may not do it if you don't want to, you can go ahead and use this. Ember of Ashes. It will allow you to chain explosions more easily. And of course, Barrage. If we go from top to bottom, we're going to go with a Sword Scavenger, with a Sword Finder, a Lucent Blade mode, and they're as high resilient as we can. On the chest piece, I would suggest this to maximize resilience and discipline. And also I'm gonna put on this to get our dodge relatively high enough. That's how I usually like to run it. Here you can go honestly with anything else. And yeah, basically the main things that you want to have is Elemental Charge, melee Wellmaker, so you can get from your knives that you throw Elemental Wells, which you're gonna use Elemental Charge to activate Lucent Blade. The rest is just additional stuff. Like for example, here. This, when class restoration goes away, Bomber will be very useful. Because every time you dodge, you're gonna get a chunk of your grenade back. Alright, let's go for it. Also, I'm gonna be using this for the longest time. Since it has chill clip, I think it's very nice against almost everything. I'm gonna be giving you more and more tips as we're going. Yes, the shader is important. Because it looks like a water pistol otherwise.
The darkness is thick here, coalesced inside this effigy of Emperor Callus. It is tethered to his very mind, between my fingers and woven it into a tapestry. One that I can weave you into. Enter Callus's consciousness. Use this opportunity to steal his darkest secrets from him. Now go. Time is of the essence. I will be with you.
Honestly, the usual stuff here. Nothing you don't know.
This is not what I anticipated. The imprint of Callus's consciousness is fractured, straining, as if Callus's mind is at war with itself. Callus? No, not Callus, but an echo of him. This is a recollection of a time since past.
My parent conquest is so grand, because I lived a grand life. One day, my daughter, you will be just as majestic.
You are experiencing echoes of Callus's personal torment. Glimpses into his past which may provide insight to the future. I must focus to maintain your connection to this mindscape. From here, you must navigate these memories on your own.
Is the mighty goal to
You great coward.
down and take my head from my shoulders? I must make me, and I will kill you by my choice. But it is not.
The Colors Mini tool that I have is the graphic version with both enhanced thread detector and incandescence. Incandescence, the enhanced variant, allows you to proc an ignition from 2 kills instead of 3. That is if you have Ember of Ashes on, which increases scorch stacks you apply on targets. If you don't have it, it's 4 and 3 kills respectively. Alright, now I'm gonna take off Arbalest, put on the fusion rifle, along with Lament. One last thing about the Lament is that the combo is pretty simple. It's Shield, which for me is the aiming down sights button, 3 light attacks, and then a heavy one. As an indicator, now that it writes Banshee's Wail, it should write Banshee's Wail times 9 in order for you to get the maximum attack, the maximum damage per attack. And then you, after the light attack is over, either you wait for the energy to come back, or you do 3 simple light attacks and the energy is back. So you can repeat it. In terms of how I usually do this is the normal, meaning that since you're alone, you have to do 1 and 1. So we kill both signs, we pick up only 1 symbol. And whenever you get into this place, you want to have restoration if possible. Getting solo kills either with the abilities or with weapon usually allows you to extend it for as long as you're gonna be in here. I'm gonna try to rely on cluster restoration as little as I can, since next season it's not gonna be here. All the fusion rifles that you happen to have rely heavily on one-shotting the bell keepers and being radiant as much as you can. Being radiant will allow you to one-shot pretty much all of them with just one shot. Of course, it depends on the fusion rifle that you have as well. Be very careful whenever you are trying to knife the bell keepers. They will ignite and they will explode twice. The canisters will explode twice. So that's even worse news. You need to be really away from them in order for you to not take any damage from them. Or you can just do that as well. That is an option too. If you really want to go safe, you can go ahead and shoot the backpacks. I think it's a decent option. There we go. Usually you want around 35 seconds of damage. I can differ though. You want to burn off your stacks of charge with light for this part. Usually you should be able to do a third of the boss health. Remember, Lament heals you as you deal damage, so you don't have to rely on your grenade or anything like that. Although, you can rely on being radiant. I didn't deal good damage on this. I'll make up on the next one. Surviving in the boss phase, the number one key for surviving in the boss phase is using Lament properly, doing the combo right. That is what is going to get you most of your health back. Or you can use the grenade. Just the grenade lasts for around 7 seconds, so you can be overly reliant on it. Really? I didn't get my knife back. Since we're using Ember of Singeing, the aspect, killing things with your SMG is gonna allow you to get your dodge back faster. Also, I have Well of Ordnance, which whenever I pick up a solar elemental well, I get my grenade back. We'll go to Orbis then. Something else you should also keep in mind, whenever you are trying to get the second symbol and get out of the Nightmare Realm, you're gonna have much less time than in the first one. So you need to be fast. On the first, when you're trying to get the first symbol, you have plenty of time. On the second, you have very limited time. Well, that's not something yet you don't know. For example, if a Cabal grenade dropped on any of these, I would be dead. You can use your minimap to see where the sign exactly is, if it's on the top side or the bottom side. With Chill Clip, all you have to do is freeze them, the knife will take care of them. End is the debuff for the Loosened Blade. Having it up as much as possible is the best way forward. I'm about to run out of ammo. I'm off. As I said, I made up for it. You might have noticed, on this encounter you don't exactly need to use Restoration as much. You don't use me throwing my grenade often. On the second encounter is where you're gonna really need it. There we go. As you can see, I have a minute plus on the second. When I go to pick up the second symbol, I'm gonna have less than 30 seconds. About the well of Odin's. I'll do it later. I'm gonna show you how much it gives you quite a significant chunk of energy whenever you pick up a solar elemental well. Take a look. It's 20%. For this you don't have to have Chill Clip on, since it doesn't make any difference for them. That's for the Bell Keepers, it allows you to kill them from range. There is also a fragment in the Solar subclass, I don't remember the name, I will show it to you after the damage phase is done. As you can see, 20 seconds. That whenever you kill enemies with an ignition, it actually gives you grenade energy. You can stack, if you don't have high discipline, chalice. If you don't have high discipline, you can go ahead and use that instead. And be more meticulous about your knife throw. I want the special. There we go. Alright. You can stay close to them if you want. The only thing I would suggest not to do for the two big mini bosses is do not stand too close to them, because they will sometimes actually body block you and send you to hell, basically. That's the first encounter. Here is the fragment I was talking about. Ember of Blistering. Defeating targets with solar ignitions, grant grenade energy. If you don't have like max discipline like I do, or almost max discipline, you can go ahead and use that instead. With the exotic with the knives, quite easy way to make explosions. How do you like it thus far? It's mainly because of a lack of experience. I wouldn't say exactly. It was not easy when I first started doing it, like at all. Like so. Anyway, let's keep going. Those things are part of the experience, I suppose you could say. Okay, never mind. What you see basically when someone does it is not exactly that it's easy and fast. Is that you see an accumulation of the experience that that person has is all. I would have done it in the first try. Like the last couple of deaths that I had were honestly quite stupid. Anyway, it's just that in 30 minutes the showcase will start. And I died to the shitty phalanx mechanics. Not my fault. That's why I'm ignoring them. Zombies also should work here. I think that until you feel comfortable with the whole jumping puzzle, I think you should use them, regardless. That's what I did. I would not suggest you to use an eager edge sword because okay, let's go ahead and do it. It's just that I didn't want to make you miss the showcase. That's all. I'll be back. Actually, I'm gonna switch on to Stompies now, since I do not like how slow I feel. Much better.
The darkness is thick here, coalesced inside this effigy of Emperor Callus. It is tethered to his very mind. I have snared that thread, caught it between my fingers and woven it into a tapestry. One that I can weave you into. Enter Callus's consciousness. Use this opportunity to steal his darkest secrets from him. Now go. Time is of the essence. What you feel may seem like reality, but it is not the one you know. Your mind now stretches across a vast gulf. This is not what I anticipated. The imprint of Callus's consciousness is fractured, straining, as if Callus's mind is at war with itself. Callus? No.
Are you sure you want to do bets with me?
Go of him.
Might have asked something
Reflection
ridiculous.
of a time since past.
Especially for something like that.
You are experiencing echoes of Callus's personal torment. Glimpses into his past which may provide insight to the future. I must focus to maintain your connection to this mindscape. From here, you must navigate these memories on your own.
Maybe. I just do not think that I will. Oh. Something else also you can do, I'm gonna give this to you as a possibility, is that you could equip Font of Might. I could do it, I think. That will allow you, ideally, to two-phase him. If he doesn't jerk off too much. Although you need to have very precise spacing for it. Yeah, I don't think... I think that I should be able to. Yes, I could use it. But I don't think it's necessary, honestly. Could take a look at how fast my dodge is coming back, and I have 5 mobility. This is why my armor sets are primarily, at least for the Solar Hunter, are primarily recovery and resilience, because you can completely negate the fact with a single aspect on. I'm gonna need some special, ideally. You want around 7 to 8 shots in order for you to go through the mini bosses, because there are 6 of them, but the first mini boss you're gonna kill before you pick up the unstable essence is gonna take 2 shots. There we go. Unstable essence is a 50% damage increase against nightmares for 14 seconds. 15, I suppose, if you count the 00. think the number one thing that limits you on how you feel while you play is, as I said, the fact that you don't feel comfortable, and when you do things that you don't actually think about, they are time flies by. You do them non-consciously. While you're trying to learn those things, you struggle because you actually put in effort to remember, to try to do. What they did with the fact that the bell, in the past, the bell would actually proc off explosions, meaning that if you would kill the bell keepers too close to the bell, the bell will actually like open up and close. That would mean, for example, that an entire damage phase would be wasted, and you would waste like 5-7 minutes of prep work for naught. Ah, no, my knife. Oh, that's a mistake. I didn't mean it. Okay, my bad there. Let's mute this. Or even better yet, just like pause it. As you can see, I'm a doofus. I didn't pick up the symbol. Which is good, which means that I made up for my mistake, I suppose. In the beginning of the dungeon, when first people start clearing it, they were doing it just like I did. Like escape, then go back, pick it up. There are many guys who actually, that I saw, that are actually doing that, and they're just wasting time. Also, if you don't want to worry too much about the barrels, the canisters on the ground, you can just leave them one shot with the fusion rifle, and then tap them with the SMG on the crit. Although I think when you're high enough and you have proper resilience, it's not that big of an issue. There's a Scion. Just a knife. Just a knife. As you can see, with proper resilience and the lament, you're basically unkillable even if everything else shoot at you. What the hell? There you go. Also, if you want to use this build with the knives efficiently, you have to go to the custom settings, like I do, and basically you can try to put your keybinds exactly as you have them now, like exactly the same, but the only difference is that you're gonna put your melee to come out first every time, no matter how close you are to an enemy. That is what is gonna allow you to do it. Although you can do it without it, it's just much more annoying, honestly, without any good reason to be. I pull out my sword there because I wanted to refill its energy. Also, classy restoration might go away when you get blind by the Colossus, but the grenade restoration does not go away. It's purely the mod. Now I'm searching for special ammo. So I can't seem to find them. The reason for that is because I want some for the bell keepers as well. Sign is on our left. There we go. An alternative route to what I'm doing is by going with supercharged. That will allow you to hold up to 4 stacks of charge with light. Meaning that you're gonna have basically 20 seconds of 35% damage increase on the sword damage. Which is quite nice. I think at least. I remember I first starting by trying to come from here to there, which you can do. It's just that you need to be calm about your jumps, which back then I was not. You can make it from here to there, though. Again, all about the tempo of the jumps. Instead of jumping up and down, like I did previously and died, what you should do here is take out your sword and just swipe backwards. You're gonna land smoothly. And honestly, here Eager Edge makes me overjump along with Stompies, so I just use the Stompies themselves. I really think that you should learn how to use Eager Edge. Not because you have to, of course, mainly because it's fun. I think that, at least that's how I see it, going fast is fun. Alright, taking off Stompies, putting on Lament, basically. Nope. And delete any other crap that I got. Okay, so here there's nothing honestly much to say. The main thing is you have to rely pretty heavily on your throwing knives. Just know that the throwing knives themselves, you cannot throw them back to back. They have a small cooldown before you can throw them again. I get it again. I'm gonna demonstrate while I'm doing it. What I mean. It's just that you need to space them out. Let the explosion happen from the knife. And then try to... Here's where the grenades will come handy, and also killing. You need to be conscious about making kills every few couple of seconds in order to keep your restoration buff on. As you can see, a kill jumps it up to 10 seconds. That is what is gonna keep you alive without class restoration. Sun and Dog. Okay, what I like doing here is I like to go on opposite sides, meaning that you might be already doing this. But what I usually do is if it's Sun, I'm gonna shoot the top bell. If it's Dog, I'm gonna shoot the bottom bell. Here as well, you don't have to kill all of them. There are 2 legionaries and 1 phalanx which you do not have to kill. Those are the ones that come from the bottom. You can skip them if you can acknowledge which one is which. Which is not that difficult, honestly. This is why I like going on opposite sides, because they are next to me. I have plenty of time. I can get my restoration up. I'm gonna go get a knife kill so I can get my grenade back. There we go. And now we go for this. Dog. What I found out is that it's much easier to avoid, it's less common to die, the game killing you, if you use special weapons on the bell instead of primary weapons. Like the fusion that I showed earlier. With Lament, it's just one light attack or one heavy attack, and on this guy, if you have Radiant on, it's just one heavy attack. Fast, nice and simple. As you can see, 2 Legionaries and a Phalanx. There we go. Same thing as the first encounter here. Lament will keep you alive. If you see that if your health is getting low too fast, you can throw your grenade, or you can just clear the ads. Lament will get some kills in the way, like as you're trying to chop down the boss, you are gonna get some Lament kills. So you can dump your grenade, and since Lament is solar, it's gonna basically extend restoration for you. That is also a good strategy. Something else you should also know. The Bell Keepers are not that big of an issue whenever you are... If you freeze them, if you manage to freeze them, you should not melee them at any cost. Meleeing them while they're frozen, even if they die, will immediately proc their backpacks to explode. Which is no bueno. Right, we got Axes and Cup. The ones that you have to kill is 2 Legionaries, as you can see, and 3 Phalanxes. Of course, Chill Clip is a good perk to have, but honestly, any fusion rifle works. Like any of them. It's just that the Chill Clip allows me to do the thing with the throwing knife. That's all. This guy has a tendency to bomb you. Using Lament like that will disabling him from throwing you over a cliff. The guard from the Lament will negate any knockback effects. Oh. No, I'm sure you already know this, but if phalanxes are close to you, that's bad. Ah, and I forgot to mention, also another good thing that Chill Clip has is the fact that it basically disintegrates the backpacks. Here. A lot of the Cabal will try to come close to you, to melee you. I suppose I failed to prove my own point. Anyway. What I meant to say is that you see how they're trying to melee you. If they are close, Lament can get them. Also, using your dodge will also make you reload faster the weapon, which I don't know why I'm breaking down every little detail, but I forgot, for example. As you can see, restoration by itself is enough to keep you from harm's way. Sun and dog. Okay. go. Now, if they were close by, like if it was Axis and Dog, you should be able to go from one side to the other. It's just that it's risky, and if you don't want to risk it, I would suggest like doing it normally, one by one. I have done it. It works best with Warlock because he has the dodge. But it works with the other two as well. It should take around for you 30 seconds to go from one side to the other. Like from the bell to the first place where you need to clear the ads and get the banner. Yeah. For example, here I was late. Very late. It should take 30 seconds to get into the Nightmare Realm and go to one place, clear the ants, claim the standard, and come back. So theoretically, you should be able to do it. But again, with Titan and Hunter, unless you're using an eager-edged sword, it's much more complicated than with Warlock. Warlock is the only good thing he has about this encounter, honestly. Okay, look. Here, Restoration. I get kills. Restoration is extended. There you have it. Oh, my knife. Now, what I'm gonna do here, you have seen me do it before. You can do it the normal way, honestly. No need for the acrobatics that I perform, honestly. And I feel like it's needless myself. It is faster though. Same thing here on this slide. Go all the way to the bottom, sort out, slide backwards. That's it. You shouldn't do what I just did. I know that I wouldn't die here from this height, but I have actually died in previous runs. So, do as I say, not as I do. Okay, since currently the linear scavenger fusion rifle is bugged, what I like using is this. It auto reloads the linears as you go. Now, the reason I use Arbalest is because Arbalest one-shots the bell keepers on the crit spot, meaning that they explode without dropping down the backpacks. And it can do so without any buffs. Sure, it has the charge time, but it has less flinch than a normal sniper. And it also does more damage per shot, which I appreciate a lot. I have tried it with snipers. It doesn't work as well, honestly. You need to be radiant or high energy fire in order for you to be able to one shot hit the bell keepers on their crit spot. Now, since we do not actually need Lucent Blade anymore, you can go with Font of Might to increase the SMG damage, helping you clear ads more effectively. You can go with High Energy Fire for the same reason, which also costs 4, quite efficient. What I'm gonna do is go with High Energy Fire, because I honestly do not know what else to use. And a Scav and a Finder. Important. The Finder is important. Alright, also you should switch from arc resist to a sniper resistance. The only arc source in this entire fight is the rockets from the Colossus and their weapons, which the weapons do not hurt as much, and the blinding rockets are considered sniper damage in a sense. And that's all, honestly. Nothing else to add. Frenzy is important about this because Frenzy is both the highest damage buff you're gonna get from this dungeon. No, taking this back. The highest damage perk that the Alenia has that you can proc solo, and also it maxes out your reload speed as well as your handling, which makes it much more easier to reload and things like that. You can rely on Bitter Spite for the reload speed, but again, I don't like relying on taking damage to reload. I prefer having it on its own. Lastly, about the symbols. Usually, I like noting them down. I have a pad where I actually write the symbols themselves, but I have crappy memory, so I don't forget what I have for lunch after I have lunch, I suppose. We got axes and dog. One good thing that the subclass has is that whenever you get precision kills, you get an increase in reload speed. That's why I did not use a linear loader. The subclass by itself has it. Same thing as before here, you want to proc restoration if possible, and keep chaining it. Lastly, you want to be across the way, meaning that, for example, I'm here, I shoot the bell, and I want to have the bell keepers on my left. So I can shoot them down, and you want to move out of here, because missiles are coming. Well, maybe not now, but they are. Another pointer, you want to go into this with full grey energy. You most likely will be able to use it only once, so you're gonna have to either make kills after that, like kill some of the dogs, or anything like that. Now, I usually like killing the Centurions, because the only thing that will keep you from that will kill you on the next wave as you're trying to dunk are the Centurions. The snipers do not have enough damage on their own to kill you outright. The Centurions, along with the snipers, do. Alright, we got Sun, and we got Cup. Last thing, you want to be standing near the edges, because if you overlap with Cyan, there is a big possibility that you might die. Like the game will insta-kill you. The knife is a really good way for you to extend the radiant. Throwing it anywhere, dogs will step over it, and basically you will be able to extend the buff quite a lot, because the ignitions really help it out. Alright, same thing, since we know it's gonna be more than one damage phase, I'm gonna go ahead and kill the... Alright, suppose not. I don't know what procced it there, honestly. You have enough time for one reload, one shot, that's it. You move on to the next area. You need to be in front of it, because you need to kill the bell keepers. The remaining bell keepers, that is. You should also keep rotating as you should. And you can use the bell as cover for this. Where I am, neither of them can shoot me. Here goes the super. Half health. That's a good run. With Frenzy you wouldn't be able to. And literally the 5% between Frenzy and Vorpal Weapon is what will make you go for 2 or 3 phases. Alright, that's it. Now, we kill the Centurions, because the Centurions are annoying and they can kill you easily. I'm having lag as well. What you want to get is Arbalest. You want at least 8 shots. Because you're gonna get flinched, you're gonna miss. You want to have some backup. We got Axes and Dog. Writing it down. That's a good throwing knife. There are the rockets. Even if you don't see the restoration buff on your screen, just keep in mind that it is there. I forgot to pick up the other one. I got too absorbed. Anyway, what I was saying is that even if it is not there, doesn't show it on your screen, it is there. It's just that the game for some reason hides it from you. It wants you to fail. It's an extra layer of challenge, I suppose. Let's go to Dog. Yes, Dog. Our grenade energy is full. We shoot. We stand on the edge. With Arbalest, 2 shots on the body will kill a Bellkeeper while radiant. That's it. Now, I'm gonna put it in and back up. A lot of ads will spawn. A lot of heat. I want to get my grenade back. Where are you shooting on, my dude? Getting knife kills will give you elemental wells, which in turn will give you more grenade energy. There you go. Full melee energy, full heavy. We got sun and cup. We have only the center one now. Rockets are coming in. It's okay. We use the grenade, knife. I will extend the duration. Same thing. Knife. And now we get out of here. Bellkeeper spawning now. It's better to back up. Clear them up. At least the side that you want, that is. And killing the Centurions. Now that the Belt Keepers are on top of the Centurions, we do not have a lot of space to work with. So they need to go down. Also, the boss is being a bitch. Keep in mind, the shield breaking from the Centurion shield will activate the damage phase. Did I not pick it up? Let's see. As you can see, the restoration buff is still up, as you can see my health. It doesn't show it. Alright, now it's no longer up. Alright, sun it is then. Rockets are coming in. Of course, all I'm saying will work 100% with invisibility, by the way. It's just that you will not have, the major thing is, you will not have the damage buff that I'm saying that it's pretty good. The radiant buff. That is an extra phase, honestly. Nothing major. And invisibility in general is much safer overall. On what I'm doing. So you can try both, see what works and what doesn't. Usually I like starting at the center because I can see everything. Usually they do not jump out on me like that. Alright, left side. That sucks. Alright. Let's kill the belt, give it the Centurions. All 4 of them are down. Let's get our grenade back. And we got axes and dog. Let's write that down. Axes and dog. Ah, another thing. Whenever you can't, you want to use... Again, I didn't pick it up. Suppose being watched makes me nervous. What I was planning to say is that you want in general to dunk the one that is furthest away from the center in terms of symbols. Where's the other one? Okay, I'll shut up for now to focus. Yes, basically you want to go dog and axes, not axes and dog on this specific scenario. There's another one. Where is he? Right, it's son and dog. Exactly what I did just now is wrong, for example. Because the ads will take a moment to come out of the animation and start attacking you, you want to dunk the one that is furthest away from you, the one furthest away from cover. I want my dodge back, so there you go. Or with the SMG itself, as I said previously. Like so. Keitel stood there intentionally to piss me off. I know it. Left side. That is Solo Flawless Duality.
And so Callus's truth is laid bare. From his rise to his fall, to whatever it is he is becoming now, Callus is seeking transfiguration. He believes it will help him better understand the goals of the witness, the final shape. This is something I have heard spoken in Hive Apocrypha, and from the lips of Tolan the Shattered. According to the Hive, the final shape is that which remains when all that can be removed has been removed. It is as vague a notion as it is fascinating. If this is the witness's true endgame, we must strive to understand it. And in that understanding, perhaps we can prevent the second collapse.
That's it. If you want to ask me anything, you can go ahead and do it. See you soon.